Maxie, I've been thinking, should we do season 3 on the Dr. Joe show? You sure? You sure it's a good idea? You know, that's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the Dr. Joe Show. I'm Joe, and this is our 37th cigar review, 5th review of Season 3, and it's a really good one to get into. We've had some fun this season thus far, so it's time to do a little work. Little brand history coming at you. Time to get to class, so to speak. So as you can see, today we are doing Joya De Nicaragua. Joya De Nicaragua wasn't always called that, but we'll get into that, well into that. Is one of the most important brands historically for you to know about if you're a cigar guy, cigar girl, cigar person, cigar whatever. If you're a cigar anything, if you're into cigars, interested in cigars, especially in the United States where Nicaraguan cigars are all the rage, this is the godfather of all Nicaraguan cigars. And it's funny. A lot of people pass it up. Maybe because it doesn't look so fancy, or it seems like an old brand and everybody's into the new brands, or sometimes some people are told that, oh, it's just way too strong. It's fucking strong. A lot of different reasons. But today we're going to smoke it. Today we're going to smoke it, and we're going to do brand history, and I'm going to light up right away and get into it because I got a couple of Nicaraguas here, a couple of Joya De Nicaraguas. Antano 1970s to be specific. Sometimes the naming convention gets a little confused. People generally just call these Joya De Nicaraguas. The brand is actually, the line is actually called Antano 1970. That's the line of cigars within the Joya De Nicaragua brand, the most familiar line of cigars within that brand. Antano 1970. It's a very full-bodied cigar. I have two cigars here, and to be very honest, to be frank, to be perfectly honest with you guys, I really wanted to smoke this one. This is a Joya De Nicaragua Perfecto. Not a Grand Perfecto, not the 6x60 monster they're offering nowadays, but a Joya De Nicaragua Perfecto. And I was going to smoke this thing until I went online and I was looking at all the Joya Vitolas via their website, and it wasn't there. It just wasn't there. And I was like, well, what the fuck? I mean, I didn't buy it that long ago. Then I said, wait a sec, did I buy this? Then I couldn't remember how I got this cigar, whether I bought it, someone gave it to me, when I got it. So then I started thinking, well, if I don't know when I got it, who knows? It could be 5 years old, so I'm not going to really get an accurate, up-to-date, how does this taste, for my viewers, and it just may not be the same. But I really like this shape, and we haven't smoked a big giant Perfecto on the show yet, and I really wanted to smoke it. Long story short, because I couldn't find it, I went online and I typed in Joya De Nicaragua Perfecto, and looking around, couldn't find anything on it. So then I went to Google Pictures, typed in Joya De Nicaragua Perfecto, and I'm going through all the pictures, and you can do this too and see how funny it is to see. I went through all the pictures, down, and all of a sudden, maybe like 3 show more, there's a tiny little picture with 3 cigars, and in the middle of them is this. And I said, oh, there it is. There it is in this tiny little 45 by 45 pixel shit image. This cigar is there. So I say, click on that, and it takes me to a website. I forgot the name of it. Fuck. I'll try to figure it out for later in the show to let you know. Not that you need to know, but what it led me to is a website that's still up, but obviously defunct. from like, I think the last post was 1972. No, not that long ago, but 1990 something, or like early 2000s, a really long time ago. And it said, just in, the Joya De Nicaragua, 3 new sizes, the Perfecto and 2 other sizes that they just came out with at that time. So I said, oh my God, nothing on the internet since then about it. So I guess I don't know how well it could have done. Then doing a little more digging, I actually did find a Google search result of a thread from puff.com where a forum member is asking the question in this Google search result I can see, does anybody know what happened to the, Joya De Nicaragua Antano Perfecto? I love this cigar, but it seems to have disappeared. So I said, holy shit, that's what's happening to me. So I clicked on it, and it says, fucking page not available. Please try again. Fuck. Now I'm obsessed with figuring out what happened to the Joya De Nicaragua Antano 1970 Perfecto. Absolutely obsessed. So we're not going to smoke it on the show because A, I don't know how old it is, and B, you can't get it. You're not going to fucking find this thing. So I don't know about that. Anyway, so I went out and I grabbed myself a couple of Gran Consuls and hefty little fucking cigars, man. Shorter than a Robusto, but a 60 ring gauge. Precisely 4 3/4 inches by 60. So we're gonna light this thing up, and if I don't fall off my stool, we're gonna get through this brand history together. So let's get started. Cut our Joya De Nicaragua Antano 1970 Grand Consul. Let's see what happens. The caps on these things, this is the kind of cigar where you can rip the cap off with your teeth. They're just slapped on there in the end. Nice little cut on that thing. I do like the fact, and I may actually cut a little higher depending on, let's see what we get, but they taper it. It's like a 40 millimeter hand grenade. That's what the thing looks like. A shell for a 40 millimeter grenade launcher. Oh. Wow. Excuse me. Cigar etiquette rule number 42. Don't do this in a lounge. Especially if somebody's sitting next to you. Huh. Oh, excuse me. Wow. Beefy, man. Very beefy. So potent that through the nose already, I'm like, if I go and breathe out my nose, it's like very beefy, almost like a strange marinated type of essence, spice. Black pepper, woody. Nice note that I want to call hickory. Okay, tastes like it's going to be strong. I have one long match left. This is it. I got to go run out and get some more. Otherwise, I can't do any more reviews. Excuse me. I mean, you know, can't do any more reviews if I don't have any more matches. How am I going to light my cigar? All right, steady now. So I'm lighting this thing up, and I'm also thinking, somebody sent me something that I've actually wanted to talk about for a while, and we're not going to do it today, but other methods of starting your cigar. And it's an interesting topic. It's one that a lot of people probably just want to laugh at, and no, uh-oh. Oh, I think I just got it. I think I just got it. Let it be known, a long match of this length is exactly the right length to light a 60 ring gauge cigar. Any bigger, any more tobacco at the foot there, and I would definitely need a bigger match. Oh, look at that thing. I'm going to put that there this time. I don't know why. Smoke is not very dense. Not yet, anyway. Spicy. Spicy, that hickory flavor. Very woody. Some notes of coffee coming through. Coffee type notes. Leather. Leathery. It's funny. Deep flavors, but not on the base, you know? When I say like a cigar has a very like deep earthiness, or flavors got deeper, or these are like mid-range flavors. Light's nice and even to begin with. That's a good sign. Oh, some very strong mid-range flavors. I fucking hate this, man. I wish I could describe this better. You know? Flavors, really, and the more you pay attention to it, the more you'll see. Flavors have different levels of how they hit your tongue, of how they affect your tongue, of where they are, different tones. Think of a photograph, and you have the foreground, and you have the midground, and then you have the background. And then you have all these levels in between. It looks like just one flat two-dimensional photograph, you know, or it's a 2D object. It's a photograph. But there's a level of depth to it, you know. And if you're a, you know, advanced artist, you can point out each and every one of these different levels of depth. So with flavor, it's very much the same thing. There are bassy flavors. Then there are mid-range flavors. And then there are high, what I call treble type flavors. Definitely. And with this cigar right now, everything is on the mid-range, except maybe the spiciness of it is up there. Bigger clouds of smoke now, obviously. Oof. Very woody, very leathery, coffee notes, pepper notes, black pepper, lots of spice. Lots of smoke. Nice aroma. The aroma is meaty and floral. It's very, very bold. Okay, excellent. So we're smoking away, and I got 2 of these bad boys just in case. Yes, there's that much history behind this brand. And should I not be able to get through it, we'll just light another one up, if I can take it. But so far, so good. I really like it, and I think I described it the best I can. I'm not getting anything other than what I'm saying right now. Very straightforward off the bat. A lot of wood. This hickory note, which could also be considered part of that wood ensemble, you know. Black pepper, coffee notes, leather, and floral notes, mostly through the nose, mostly in the aroma, but also floral notes. And now it's starting to hit me already. Strong cigar. Strong cigar with very strong, bold flavors, although they don't really go that deep. Okay, so let's start our brand history. Okay, so where do we even start with Joya de Nicaragua? Well, we start in the beginning. We start where all of the older non-Cuban brands started, with the Cuban Revolution. You know about that from so many other past episodes on the Dr. Joe show that we went. Only because of this show do you know about the Cuban Revolution. Cuban Revolution. But really, we've discussed it in the past and how other brands have started, other non-Cuban brands have started because of that, because of everything that happened in Cuba, such as with Fuente, for instance. Anyway, getting back to the point, the Cuban Revolution happens and the tobacco industry is nationalized. Cigar industry, tobacco industry in Cuba is nationalized. And all the farmers who own all the brands at that time, and there are many, many more brands than exist now in the Cuban repertoire, flee. They flee to find greener pastures, quite literally. And they go to all the places that produce cigars now that are famous within the cigar industry in one aspect or another, such as the Dominican Republic and Honduras and even Miami. And of course, Nicaragua. And in 1965, it's determined by so many of these Cuban farmers traveling the globe looking for places to seed tobacco crops that Nicaragua is indeed suitable for growing tobacco, particularly the northern lands of Esteli and Condega. You will hear these names a lot. In so many different Nicaraguan cigar brands, you'll see Esteli or made in Esteli, and so many different Nicaraguan cigar brands of tobacco from the Condegas Valley, etc., etc. So anyway, two of these men, the men of the hour, are one Juan Francisco Bermejo / Romero, and we'll get into that in a minute, and Simon Camacho. Now, pause for a second. Number one, so many sources refer to Juan Francisco Bermejo as Juan Francisco Romero. Which is it? I personally believe he probably had both names. A lot of these people had many, many names. 4, 5. I have friends that still have carried, whose families still carry that tradition, where you have Juan Carlos Francisco Romero Bermejo. Anyway, so many sources refer to him as Romero. In fact, almost all of them do, except for one, the Joya de Nicaragua website, where they have their version of the history. So, I'm pretty sure that the website that promotes their own brand is probably correct on this. So I'm not going to go with all the other sources. I'm going to go with the website. Juan Francisco Bermejo and Simon Camacho. Pause again. Now, Camacho, the history here is very fuzzy, and we will, of course, get into Camacho cigars soon enough. Probably very soon after this, because I like to link everything together. You see, we link this, and it links to all the other Nicaraguan brands, and we mentioned Camacho, and then all of a sudden we have Camacho, and Camacho links right back to Davidoff in a way, because, current history. But I like the way everything links together. All these names play out. We saw that with, Fuente and Oliva and Pepin, and how all of them come together. Camacho history is missing, for the most part. Missing. 1961, Camacho ends up in Miami and decides to start messing with cigars there, starts a very successful business, but also now in 1968, he's in Nicaragua. So he was probably venturing out, finding new sources for tobacco. Maybe Bermejo was a friend. Maybe they decided, let's start another company together. Or maybe Camacho was simply helping Bermejo start his own company. But Simon Camacho was involved here. And believe it or not, we'll get into this again when we talk about Camacho, but before the Aroa family took control of Camacho in 1995, Camacho cigars were made of Nicaraguan tobacco. They hadn't been around for a while, but they were made of Nicaraguan tobacco, and we'll see why in a bit. So, whoops. Now that we got those footnotes out of the way, back to our brand history. Juan, Fancisco, Bermejo, and Simon Camacho established Nicaraguan Cigar Company in 1968, and it is here that Joya De Nicaragua is born.
Say goodnight, Max.